So thank you for asking so much for this. So it will be done today. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to another day of PPBS. So today we will be wrapping up with the 4 weeks of dedicated attention towards Agile Scrum and transitioning into business analysis. In a way that Agile Scrum part, the foundation part, will be getting over and will be transitioning into business analysis. Before we begin and continue, let me ask this. Anyone here for the first time you are attending this session? It's your day one, it's your live first time you are attending. Anyone? One, two, three? No? Okay. So we will continue with a quick reminder. So in case any one of you are here for the first time attending, you can unmute yourself and speak up and say, yes, it is your day one. So if it's not your day one, you have been attending in the past, that's all right. Let's continue further with the quick reminder as a guideline that we follow as a code of honor. And I'm going to share my screen. I believe that I have started recording. Yes, recording is up. So let me quickly also inform to the participant that we began into the WhatsApp group. Uh, and we begin. Oh, yeah. So yesterday I saw some Amit Mangla has joined. So anyone here, Amit Mangla? Okay, no? All right, not a problem. So we will continue with the quick reminder for the guidelines. Yeah, so Agile, is full of ceremonies and that demand you as as an Agilist or Agile practitioner to show up live in every ceremonies, because Agile is full of ceremonies that demands you to be on time, remain punctual and highly committed. If you don't practice this or you are not habituated of this because it's Agile demand, continue to do so over here, considering the training itself as a part of project, because it becomes your habit and it will be easily reflected once you get placed in the corporate. Second, why practice over here? Because it is said that how you do anything is how you do everything. That is smart enough to put you into this habit. And second, because you chose to be the student over here, you automatically chose to learn over here, you automatically be the student. So but we don't want you to be the student, but we want you to be the full stack students who does all the assignment, do self research and repeat what they learn. When we are talking about the assignments are two types, either said or unsaid. The more details about the said and unsaid has been already given during the day one of the Agile Scrum. Refer to the very first recording of this in the list that you can discover in the WhatsApp group description of the Agile Scrum group. Third one, to the one who completes the finish what they start, it's quite easy for them to hit the success. You can take the full responsibility of that. But when you don't uh, practice what is asked, you may hit back to the failure. And we want you to take the full responsibility of both the element, be it success, be it failure. Why? Because when you embrace and accept and acknowledge the failure, you may go back and correct it. When you correct it, that is the time when you may realize that, okay, failure was not a failure, that was the um, trail to the success. So be ready to take the full responsibility of both the elements when you complete what is asked to do and when you don't complete what is asked to do. So in the both the elements, be responsible of be responsible to take the ownership of it. But to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset. The very first one is inspired from a lean management Kaizen framework that says that continuous improvement. If you focus over there, you will inculcate learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positively. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free, in a way that you may handle any project in a stringent timeline, perform better even with the lack of resources, and load yourself in gratitude. And gratitude leads to the highest level of productivity. And if you can inculcate this mindset, um, to inculcate this mindset, you must start your day with the highest level of the receptivity. And for that, we have something, the very first one, to which I call it as a 30 days challenge, that impacts your every single activity outcome positively against every single action you take during the daytime. So for that, this 30 days challenge, you can take more details about this 30 days challenge has been spoken in the past. Refer to that the very first day of the recording. This is an audio program which you need to do every single day. You need to listen to every single day. And in case you miss even a one day, you will have to start it from the scratch as a day one from the next day for next 30 days. So this has amazing impact on individuals performance and individuals action and output. So that's the reason it is recommendation. So to get the link, you just need to DM me after the session and you will get the link to participate in it. And second, because we are doing some technical learning through learning of the Agile BS Scrum, and for that very reason, you must follow this golden quadrant of learning. It comes with the 4 steps. The very first one is declaration with the anchor, then take a deep dive into deep learning, then draw whatever you have learned after 24 hours using pen and paper to retain the maximum information in your memory, and then summarize it back in a way that even 5 years old can understand in less than 3 minutes of video and minimum of 90 seconds of video. And then you can only track your own personal growth sometime from a novice to expert as well. So let's do these two activities, in fact 2 steps over here, and follow third and fourth at your end. So what we will do, we will declare with the anchor. What is declaration, what is the anchor, why it is needed, all those details have been covered into day one's um, referral video. That is you can again get it from the WhatsApp group description. So what I'm going to do is that I will first put the anchor and then declaration. How I'll do, so anchor will be I'll be just counting 1 2 3 and clap. You are going to model me, and then I'm going to read the selected statement on the screen, and then you are going to repeat it after me. So everyone can see the selected statement on the screen. Please unmute yourself and say yes if you can see this. Yep,
Yes.
everyone. So let's do it together. 1 2 3 and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others can learn and master,
I too can do that.
I too can
You
do
can
that.
do that.
One more time with the next statement. 1 2 3 and clap and repeat, because I'm an awesome learner.
Because I'm
Because
an
I'm an
awesome
awesome
learner.
learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to
going
be
to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to
easy
me.
to me.
Thank you for saying so. And there is a hack I'm going to share with you on this golden quadrant of learning. Apply this 4 step towards learning anything outside in the world for next 20 minutes. Take a break of 5 minutes, repeat it for 3 times. You will become master in any subject, repeating for the 7 days. And and what topic you can choose to learn, that you decide. Go ahead, even in YouTube, if you want to learn any new skill technology, apply this formula. You will be amazed to see how does it do wonder for you. Okay, having said so, in case you do it, that's all right. If in case you found it little bit awkward, remember to follow the 6th code of honor that says that keeping ego away on the path of learning, that makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. Spiritually grounded means happiness, your happiness level increases, and happiness is happiness leads to the productivity, and that is the demand of the corporate today. And it is said that you are not here just for the learning, but also to earn more out of those learning. So it is also said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And when it comes to earning money, so start giving away portion of to that, at least 5% or 10% of your earning to the causes wherever you believe in as a part of charity. In case you can do it, that's all right. In case you cannot, you have at least an intention once you get placed to do so. In case you are not earning at all today, that time you can have an intention wherever you believe in those causes. Why? Because when you give, You grow when you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure you are not here just for the survival, but for the growth. And just don't give away for the sake of the growth, but also to inspire others in your surrounding. And while you do so, remember to appreciate what you do, what others do for you. Even what does not happen to you towards your growth, continue to do so, because this is the universal law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. Trust me, my more than hundreds of students are following these are, they are getting result. I am one of them as well, because I am my own student as well, because whatever the skill I teach, I also practice them. So yeah, this works, and you can try this as well. Yeah, quick heads up how we are going to remain connected. Remember, Sundays to show up on 10 p.m. for technical session. Monday we will have the another technical session at 10 p.m. EST. At the same time, on Tuesday, you must follow to attend the RRP session, that is the reference ready resume preparation. Whole idea behind is that it strengthens your visibility, credibility, and marketability. Wednesday, you can do the assignment from the learning of Sunday. Thursday, you must repeat. Yes, you heard it right. You must repeat the RRP session. The whole idea is behind is that it enhances your visibility, installs your credibility, that you are not here just for the learning, because it is not here. These trainings are not here for your learning. The whole idea is that you must get placed, and for that your RRP team do market for you, and that enhances your marketability, your visibility over there, enhances your marketability as well. Friday, you can choose to do the assignment from Monday's learning. Saturday, either you can choose to relax, have a breather day, or do the research work if at all you want. Or in case assignment is still not done, spend some time to complete those assignment, or repeat whatever you want to repeat through the recording. Prepare any question that you want the answer on the next technical session, that is on Sunday. This is how we are going to abide by as a part of rule, code of honor, or guideline. Do we all agree to abide by this? Say yes. Unmute yourself and say yes if you followed this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. Let's get into the topic. Before we take a deep dive into the topic, let's come back over here, for which Sobal has asked the question, and I'm glad that he asked, because I was wondering somehow that it has been already covered. Okay, so far we have learned that how we can write the how we can write uh, user stories, acceptance criteria, and all. But when it comes to writing these um, acceptance criteria, creating the dashboard and all, so for that I'm going to share my screen, and we'll see that as a in the past how students have been submitting their assignments. So you don't have to focus on the assignment, you have to focus on the tool, that is Jira. I'm giving you as an overview, how does it look like, and how dashboard and all gets created. The things which I have been talking, like features, activities, or epics, or user story, how you can create. So for that I'm going to share the tool, to which we call it as a Jira. So let me type in and see that if I can see. I believe my screen is visible. What you all can see on my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
So what do you see? What
Jira
is happening?
software.
You are able to see Jira software?
Yes.
Awesome. So what happens the moment you log into Jira, in case you have already some projects going on, so you will see its visibility. I have been given with some existing projects. So there are the number of projects which I am part of, that will be available and visible in my list under project. Okay. So you see in the Jira software, you will have the access of the overview, timeline, backlog, and report and issues that you can generate by your own self. The thing is that when you will go to the board part, there you see the Kanban board with the to do, in progress, testing, and done. Okay. So whatever the user stories were there, initially you created them. Okay. So say for example, I clicked on create. Okay. So I can choose the project listed in whatever the project I am the part of. Okay. Then I can choose whether I'm going to create epic or task or user story, or inside any user story, if I am reporting any bug, we can choose that. Okay. Here, what we will do, We can choose its status, where we are directly moving it. So everything starts with to do. We will keep it in to do, and then what will happen? Its brief will be given inside the summary part or just summary. We will fix its priority, whether it is cosmetic, that is the lowest, or it's just low, or this is a medium type of issue, or this is the highly prioritized item. So you remember, I keep on talking about in sprint backlog, we keep prioritizing. So here the prioritization gets its mark, and then in the description, the way we write the user stories and its acceptance criteria. So there are two ways to write down the acceptance criteria. One, you make it the part of description itself. Okay, and in case you are attaching any supporting document, image, or any another chats, conversation, more added information you want to add on, you can just go ahead, choose from add image and video or file. You can choose from here to do it, and then assign to the person you want to assign it. So all those mandatory items will be done. Here reporter's name will be visible. So by clicking on the create button, you will have certain creation. So randomly what I'm going to do is that and every user story, epic or bug created will have its identity. Like you see here, CP 24, 25, 26, 23, 22, 27. Likewise, these are few of the items. Okay, so these will get their coding. So what I'll do, I'll just click on it to look at it, that how what all the information has come inside it. So when I am opening it, I see some description is there. Then someone has written the acceptance criteria. They have attached some document or image to this that is called as mockup and all. And they have their own selection. I can read the history. So this is how you can create any ticket inside user story. This is as simple as possible. Okay. Now I told you everything has to be moved towards the done. So inside the board, everything will move towards the done. Then you will have one thing to which you call it as a complete sprint. When you will move after the retrospective is done, you can click on the complete sprint, provided nothing is pending or uh, remaining inside testing or in progress or to do. With me so far, everyone, this is as easy as visible. Okay, you can have the multiple reports. You can go ahead and you can create your own burn down chart, velocity report, burn up report. Okay, so you can choose, just play with it and burn up report, and you will have all the idea. Okay, so here for burn up chart and burn down chart, you must have one thing to which we call it as, like here you saw multiple elements were there, like project, issue type, summary and all. There is something due date. Okay, timeline is also given. So that you need to add. You can customize this field. So you will find one that's timeline. Okay, for example, you will talk about in which sprint it is. So you can choose the sprint number. You can click over there. Then story point. What is story point and all? We will be talking about it over here today. If it is linked with any existing issue or ticket, you can link it. So this is how you can operate and work with the Jira. Is it clear, everyone? You will get the opportunity
Yes.
to work upon it. Okay,
Yeah.
in the live scenario, you will get the opportunity to work upon it. All right. With this note, let's continue, because I have spoken a word to which we call it as a uh, story point. So what you see here on the screen, let me reshare my screen. Okay. In fact, let me share this in the presentation view. That will be quite easy for you to follow. Okay, I'm resharing my screen. And today we are learning, as of now, the stories estimation. So when we are talking about the estimation, there are n number of ways you can estimate your work. Okay, the very first one is called as story sizing. Story sizing will define the complexity of the task which you will start working upon. What it will define? Story sizing, complexity of the task. What it will define, everyone?
Complexity of the task.
Yeah, that how complex it is. So how it gets decided, the complexity, it gets decided based on the number, and the number you see, to which we call it as a story point. It's the pattern of the Fibonacci series. Okay, have you heard of Fibonacci series, everyone? Yes, no?
No.
No?
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay, all right. So let me quickly tell you, for those who have not heard, so Fibonacci series is a pattern number generally that gets started from zero and then move one step further, one, and then it will continue to follow the sum of the previous two numbers. So when if I am not taken zero and one, and still will continue to follow. So in the Fibonacci series will start 0, 1, then 2, 3, 5, and then 8, and then 13, and then 21. So what it is doing, it is just adding up last two numbers to the next one. Okay. So this series will be called as Fibonacci series. So in story sizing, generally, you break down every single task into the doable and feasible and deliverable way, and you keep on giving them numbers. Somewhere you will decide that if you give something towards 24 24 or 21, it means that somewhere it will take towards 24 hours or something. These are just indicative, not exactly it will indicate to the hour, but it are deciding to the indication to that. So as I say, there are tons of estimation technique. One will be story sizing. So if at all it is reaching towards 24 or 21, it means that there are chances it may further broken down, but it is going beyond that. It means that it has not been broken down, but it has got the possibility to get it further broken down. In case you are not getting it, it means accordingly you can decide its days, considering if 8 hours is a working day for you. Okay, and you will assign those number to those activities, or say user story, that will be considered under story sizing. Okay, when it comes to, say, now let me go back over here into the again screen sharing. Okay. So if you'll go back over here, um, in this is called as poker planning. So in poker planning, all the staff members will be available, and they will continue to give complexity, number of the complexity, that how complex the feature is. They will be having their either remote virtual card in their hand, just like a poker game, or if they are sitting in a physical room together, they will have the physical physical deck. They will pull one deck against one feature, and they will vote on the table from their department. Say for example, BAs will pull 13, another BA may pull 20, another BA may pull 40. Likewise, they will keep on just showing those cards against one feature, and the product owner will take the average out of it and deciding the total uh, story point given to those feature against the poker planning game. And every department of the people will be there, and thus he will decide the individual department wise task, or contribution or estimation, plus overall how long this feature will take to get delivered. So he will have both the breakups as well as the total hours. Now it happened with this poker planning as well. Now there is another method to which we call it as a t-shirt sizing. Now what does it do? So t-shirt sizing will give further complexity to what, to the features. Now before I go further, let me quickly check with you all. All are there with me so far, understanding, learning, and getting it? Everyone say yes if you are still connected with me.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So now again, what happens, what t-shirt sizing method is that here you will have, in terms of the numbers, all the complexity given to the features or user story in a size. So size could vary from extra small to medium to large and extra large and extra large and extra large likewise. Okay. But in nutshell, it does not go more than extra large towards the extra large. Considering this extra large means it will be touching somewhere towards the 24 hours of the contribution. Okay. When we are talking about the large, it means it will be 1 day. 1 day when we will be talking, it means 8 hours. When we are talking about the medium, it means it will be indicating towards 4 hours. When we are talking about the small, it means this is the matter of 2 to 3 hours. When we will be talking about extra small, it means it can be done within 1 hour or so. So these are just indicator, not mandate. So there are, as I am saying, the tons of methods are available. The another method is which is called as dot voting. So in dot voting, like a Kanban board, what you may have or what you can do is that you can give the multiple dots against one feature, okay, and over the Kanban board, okay, and sticky notes, user stories will be there on the physical board and against every user story. So these yellow sticky notes are denoting to the user story task or features. You go ahead, whatever the complexity you think against that user story, you put that dot against it. Okay. So how many people have put how much dot for their ticket or their user stories number, at the end it gets average. So this is for your knowledge purpose. It depends upon what you decide to follow, but the best method and the easiest method and the most sought method and most practiced method is called as Delphi method. What it is called as, everyone, what method?
Delphi.
Delphi. So
Yeah.
some people pronounce it as a Delphi, some pronounce it as a Delphi. So it depends upon where you are, whatever you are choose to pronounce. So this is Delphi method. I generally say so. Delphi or Delphi method, it is the whole idea behind this is that this gives you experience based estimation. Means in past you have worked upon similar type of projects, and you are getting driven by your feeling, your past experience, gut feeling, and accordingly you put your hours directly against those features. So this experience based or gut feeling based and past experience based estimation, when you do that, is called as Delphi method. Okay. So as I said, there are tons of them here. We can stop when it comes to estimation technique when you are ready to contribute using Delphi method. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Someone has some
So,
question?
yeah, so this experience based or the other point wise, who decides? It's only developers because they are doing the job, they're doing the user story.
So it's product owner decides. So now I have given you the heads up that when it comes to poker planning, what these numbers mean to you. Okay. When it comes to t-shirt sizing technique, what this sizes defines to towards the R. So considering this baseline, you if product owner decides, okay, let's do the X t-shirt sizing technique, you can contribute accordingly against the feature. So when you are doing estimation part or planning or estimation part, generally it happens during the sprint planning meeting or just a day before or depends upon how long your sprint planning meeting is going on. So it happens in front of the product owner. Okay. So product owner will decide which technique you are using. Sometime they may decide, okay, let's do the poker. So you play the poker game and then there you decide against each and every user stories.
I
All
have
right,
a
Papya?
question.
Okay.
Wait, Olu. Yeah, Papya, did you get your
Yeah,
answer?
yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, Olu, go ahead
So I
with
want
your
to ask, when you said that if the story point for a user story is 21 or higher, and then it has to be broken down to simpler tasks. So the story point, you know how all the subtasks will have their own story point. So, do you still need to give a story point to the user story that has all the child issue? And then is the story point for the task that have been broken down into smaller tasks, the addition of all the story points for the subtask, or how is it going to be? How is the story point going to be assigned?
Okay, as so what I am understanding your question, correct me if I have understood your question. You are asking that how I am going to assign the points to the user story or a task or whatever the issues or ticket you have in the Jira, and how we are going to assign it. Are you asking this?
No, so there's a story point that has been broken down into subtasks. So, there's going to be a story point for all the subtasks. So will there be assigned story point to the user story that have been broken down into smaller issue because it is complex? Or there's no need to assign the user story to the main one since it's been broken down into simpler tasks?
Okay, so good question, Olu. So the whole idea is that maximum when we are giving the story point, uh, generally we discuss the story points against maximum the user story, not against each and every subtask.
Okay.
Subtask will get emerged when you will start working upon the user stories. Say, for example, BA defines a user story, and the task goes for coders, task goes for tester, task goes for further business analyst if he or she needs to design some mock drawing or something like that, or some extra drawing. So task has been decided. Now inside those tasks you may get to know that there are further subtasks. Okay, this user story is so complex that it is giving three functionality. This is giving birth to three functionality on which coder will be working. Say, for example, it is all about cash withdrawal. Say, for example, not cash withdrawal, cash deposit, or something like that. Or let's take cash withdrawal only. Now, on the cash withdrawal screen, say, for example, you are operating this cash withdrawal software or utility over ATM machine. So ATM will have its UI. So developing one UI will be the subtask. Okay. And then adding the functionality to that UI, that is the another subtask. Third, having unit testing done for these functionality by developer will be another subtask. Okay. Likewise, the task will be the testing task. Writing a test case for this or test planning for this for tester, that is one subtask. Writing reporting defects against it, that will be the another subtask. Then executing those test cases for this, that will be another subtask. Checking is it's for load on the screen, that will be another subtask. So subtask could be multiple, but when you are estimating, you will be considering all these things without breaking down in the meeting, in the planning meeting. You will do these activity in your mind, consider all these factors, and then give the total of your effort into the meeting. So this will go well beforehand, and all the story point will be assigned to the user story, not to the subtask. Got it?
Yes, yeah, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. However, when you will be detailing it down, give your due dates or give your total efforts into the Jira tickets accordingly by forgetting them into the task later on. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So let's continue further, because here we are just give a final touch to the Agile Scrum. We are entering at the same time towards a topic to which we call it as a business analysis. And for that, let's get started to learn all about the business analysis part. We will start by learning its history. Okay, and for that, I'm going to share my screen. I want someone to read this for me, the screen. First bullet point, can someone read for me?
IIBA was founded in Toronto, Canada in October 2003 to support the business analyst community.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, GB, for reading this out. Any another person who can read the second bullet point?
The Body of Knowledge Committee was formed in October of 2004 to define and draft a global standard for the practice of business analysis. In January of 2005, IIBA released version 1.0 of a Guide to the Business Analysis Body of Knowledge, BABOK Guide, for feedback and comment.
Thank you so much for reading this out. So now we are talking about IIBA. This is the International Institute of Business Analysts. So this got into the picture towards somewhere in October 2003. The whole idea behind this was to support the community of the business analysts, okay, or to support the act of the business analysis. So this community, when it got founded in October 2003, it also formed its body, okay, who will be the guiding effort and also known as BOK. It means the body of knowledge. Like for project management, there is a guide which we call it as a PMBOK, that is the project management body of knowledge. For Scrum practices also, we have one guideline to which we call it as Scrum BOK. Likewise, we have something BA which is business analysis body of knowledge. So they released their guideline document version 1.0 around in 2005 or so, okay, which was catered and referred by all the business analysts to touch base their practices and best practices, okay. And when they thought of forming this in 2003, it was extended and took time to get formulated, almost an year. And from there, it got all emerged and started working towards the support of the business analysis, and business analysis. We need to understand what it is all about. So let's go further to the next slide and learn about it. So I want someone to read this for me, the first bullet point on the screen.
For BA Guide V3.0, business analysis is the practice of enabling change in an enterprise by defining needs and recommending solutions that deliver value to stakeholders.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sonia, for this reading this out. Now, if you remember recently, I was talking about change. Change is good. I was asking you certain question. I don't know whether because there are identical or similar type of group is there where we both me and Prerna are contributing. So we keep on talking about these subjects over there as well. So sometime we may not remember whether we have spoken with you or with other batch about it. But remember, this is the BA BOK guide. When we are talking about it, the whole idea is catered towards identifying, introducing, and recommending the changes. Recommending what, everyone?
Changes.
Changes to the stakeholders and So initially, what will happen? Stakeholders will come to you, right? And they say, excuse me, we want to, excuse me, we want to achieve certain thing, okay, because we identify some challenge, some limitation, and we need solution for it. And that's the reason we want to have technology or application or software for it to address our issue, okay. And that's the reason we have come to you as a software industry. You say yes, you gather their requirement, publish it internally to your team in a vendor or software industry who are responsible to create those software as a solution or as a value addition to the customer. There will be a time when I was talking earlier that backlog has never to be empty. Backlog will be never finished. Why it won't be ever finished? Because when you sense that it is almost towards the consumption, you as a responsible business analyst will continue to be in touch with your stakeholders or the customer, continue to sniff their product or judge or analyze their software and try to compare and compete it with the market to give them more efficiency into their technology, into their market, and keep on suggesting what are the new trends are coming into the market, how you can improvise their existing software. So your attention and your focus should always be there. In fact, your focus and concentration should always be there towards the change, and bring the attention of your customer towards those change in a way that they agree to your suggestions, and they can say they want such inclusion or addition to their existing software. If they agree to say yes, that can be introduced back as a change request. As what, everyone?
Change request.
Yeah, and everyone can participate, not one or two, 3 person. So I keep on saying that if you are here connected, you can choose to contribute by being on unmute. And in case you think it is creating some echo, or you want to continue to contribute not towards the learning part, that time you can only go on mute. Otherwise you can keep yourself unmuted and continue to talk and contribute. Okay, so when we were talking about this, focusing towards the change, bringing more change, and talking about this change, getting those stakeholders ready and aligned with your suggestion, so that it will continue to bring more revenue, not only to your organization, but also keep you involved towards the work. There is continued work for you. What will happen if they are not giving the changes? They are not they are not talking about the change. What all may happen? Can someone tell me? And Maipal will come shortly to you. Yeah. So what do you think? What will happen if changes have not been talked or discussed and agreed?
Project
Project
may
will
get
be closed.
Project may get closed. That's all right. You said it right. Yes, you may not have the work. And if in case you won't have work, you will be on the bench. There is a red flag towards you, towards the contributor. If there is no work, you may not be any longer with the company. Okay, so that's the reason it is quite crucial for you, as being a future business analyst. The responsibilities are there on your shoulder. Yeah, Mahipal, you can unmute yourself and ask the question in case you have to say anything.
Yeah, hi, Gaurav. So
Hi.
I understand that there is a separate body, a BA BOC, for there is a community, but I just want to understand, like, is there a particular role which affects all the BA, or it is just the guideline, the version they come up, so there is a bare minimum standard which we are going to follow, or is there anything else the impact on other areas also?
Okay, and I'm trying to understand your question. So you understand there is a body,
Yes.
and they have released the BA BOC guide. Current
Yeah.
version is 3.0. So
All right.
as per these guidelines, business analysts will perform. So
Mhm.
you are asking, is there any another guideline which business analysts are going to follow?
No, I'm asking there, apart from the, coming up with the different
Mm.
version of the guideline, is there anything else they do? Like, what is the other role of this body?
Okay, so they give you the various option. You can attend their various forums, their meetings, their conferences. They keep on deciding on some rules, factors, and changes. Plus, they give you various certification for BA, advanced BA's role. So you can get associated. In fact, you can become the member of IIBA, and there sometimes if more contributor you can become the part of the active member. In a longer run, if you can become a good contributor, you can somehow, depending upon your experiences, depending upon your contribution and the acceptance of your contribution, you may get the authority to contribute or release some suggestion, may be included later in the BA BOC guide as well. So it has huge potential. What I would suggest, go and after the session, go and search for the IABA and complete body of the BAs, and then you will have the more idea about it. So instead of going into that how IABA function, you can understand how as an individual business analyst you can contribute into the industry. So take all those things. Instead of going more in detail, you can be more towards job ready. Okay, otherwise this is the vast subject. It may take around a year to continue to still be master. And not only just what IIBA will recommend some certification, there are another n number of certification domain wise. You can continue to, spend your time into learning and improvising yourself. So learning is ongoing process. So there is a, very other activities are there. So bare minimum we can go ahead with by following certain guidelines with BA BOG. If you are a fresher, some question may come from the BA BOG guidelines. If you are not a fresher, if you are a experienced person, there are no such primary question would be coming from the BA BOG, but it would be coming from your contribution, or you contributed in your past project and all. Mahipal.
All right, all right. So there is no controlling body over there. Like, if
There is control. There is the control. So that's what I explained you, that how it goes. And there are multiple things which is coming may address your question as well.
all
Okay.
right.
Any other question other than this? That how
No,
does
it's
it
fine.
function?
No, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So let's continue further, guys. So yeah. So this was about what is business analysis. Your focus should be towards the change. Okay. Can I move to the next slide? Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So let's understand who is business analyst. So with this, let me quickly check if Prerna, you can take this. Are you there, Prerna, to take this one? Yeah. Let me quickly check with Prerna.
Hey, hi, Gaurav. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Prerna, could you take
Give me
this?
a sec- Yeah, yeah. Give me a
Yeah.
second.
Thanks.
Yes. So, deep diving into business analysis and understanding who is an analyst, what he does, basically what are the skill set required, and how their day-to-day work looks like. Okay. So, you must have seen the smarty pants with nice glasses and having that smile on face and trying to give us an understanding of a business analysis. So this is a big paragraph, so I would really request someone to read it out for me, please.
A business analyst is any person who performs business analysis tasks described in BABOK guide, no matter their job title or organizational role. Business analysts are responsible for discovering, synthesizing, and analyzing information from a variety of sources within an enterprise, including tools, processes, documentations, and stakeholders. The business analyst is responsible for eliciting the actual need of stakeholders, which frequently involves investigating and clarifying their expressed desires in order to determine underlying issues and causes.
Yeah, thank you for reading it out. See here, there are many details given regarding what he does, how it does. So basically, what BA BOG 8 guide says is that doesn't matter what is the job title or organization role is, he or she is a person who is responsible or who understands how to discover, synthesize, or analyze information. When I say discover, synthesize, and analyze, means see every organization will have a lot of data to process. Okay, data means information in any form. Maybe from reports, from surveys, from research, from various different upstreams and various systems. So all that data is generally considered as raw data because that's just plain information. But how do you make sense of that data? Like to give you a very simple example, generally we get those surveys outside malls, or they ask us to, earlier there used to be paper forms, now they ask us to give input in tabs or stuff like that. Or even there are online surveys regarding any particular products like shampoos or any cereals you eat at home or stuff like that. Have you come across any of you about this kind of surveys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So what do you think those surveys do? Why are those surveys taken?
taking the inputs from
Collecting
the customer.
data from the end users.
Yes. And why? Why they're collecting the data?
To improve if there are any changes need to be done.
Okay. So why is a bigger question. So basically, they are just collecting information from that region or from their, I would say, market, to understand what is the current pattern of consuming, what is the liking of people, or as you mentioned, if there are any, improvements they're seeking or any changes they want in a particular product. So absolutely right. So this is what now you got, right? So whatever data we give in survey, they collect. So now they will process that data. So how they will do that? So basically what happens, there are, multiple tools or processes or documentations, so all these things, all these, using all these things and using inputs from stakeholders. Stakeholder means, your team members, your clients, your senior management, your third party resources, whosoever are working. So all these are sources from where we get the data, and on that data, this person, or he or she works, they understand, okay, now we have got this data, this is what the improvement that people are seeking. Like for example, we are doing a survey for a shampoo brand, for example. Okay, so in that shampoo brand, if people are emphasizing, okay, yeah, they need something that will very good for frizzy hair, or that will remove all the dandruff, or that is for shiny hair or hair growth. So just trying to make sense out of raw data is, I would say, the most important responsibility of a business analyst. Okay, and that also gives us the needs of stakeholders. Like when I said that from that shampoo survey, we got that, okay, what is the requirement of the people, what are they looking for? Okay, so we would say out of 100%, say 50% are looking for hair growth. Okay, 20% are looking for dandruff free hair, 30% are looking for non-frizzy hair, and 20% are looking for whatever shiny hair. So we got a clear understanding that 50% are focusing on hair growth. So now that can be a market, that can be a strategy, that okay, let us introduce uh, a new variety of shampoo or maybe hair oil, whatever the product is, and to focus on hair growth. See, you're getting my point. So this is how the plain survey which was done and the input was received is now being utilized for business strategy. Are you able to understand this example? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how every kind of data. I am currently working very closely with data. So now, it is, I mean, for any organization, especially like banks or bigger organizations, data is the key. We kind of, in a way, underestimate the power of data, but trust me, data is everything. The more sense you make out of data, the more understanding you get out of data is, that will give you the best, I would say, output and the best results, when you understand data correctly. And the last line says this involves, yes, investigating, clarifying, and in order to determine underlying issues and causes. So there are not only we are trying to take surveys for improvement, there can be surveys to understand what is the underlying issue. Like for example, if we have a particular cereal brand, sorry, in the market, and that is not doing that good as per your market study. Like you thought that this cereal will become very popular, and it will be very famous with kids, and there will be this much sale, but sadly that is not happening. So now in this scenario, what you can do, you can take the survey, ask people that what do they think about this cereal. So you come up with saying, people saying that okay, they do not like the particular taste of that cereal, or it is not filling, or it is whatever, whatever the response that you are getting. Now that response is your input to improve that cereal quality, cereal taste, or or to come up with a different variety of cereal that can be introduced in the market. So this kind of data or information or surveys or collection of data helps you to understand the problem, what is the root cause of it, and to work on it. Okay, so you can understand the problem, you can improve a problem, you can I'm sorry, you can improve the overall product from this kind of information. So you're getting the point. Whatever data, raw data we generally call it, we have to work on it and to make best of it. Yeah, give me a second. Huh? Yeah, Dora, we can go to next slide. Give me a second.
That screen is not visible. Is it with everyone?
Yeah, it is on the same screen earlier.
Okay. No, so it was on the same screen. I said that the screen movement is not visible.
Yeah, it is
Someone...
done now.
It's visible.
It's
Okay.
visible.
Okay. So Kainat, it was visible to you, the earlier screen? No? Okay. Anyways, so I got the response. It is visible to everyone. Yeah, Prerna. So I moved to the another screen.
Yeah, Dora, give me a second.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for waiting. So why business analysis? Now we learned about what business analyst does. Now we would understand why it is required. Okay. So yeah, there are different points. There are like 3 major points. Can someone read out, please? Yeah, go ahead.
Change in life happens. Project requires flexibility and adaptation to respond to change. One has to analyze the impact due to change. This one is business analyst who analyzes the change impact, gather requirement, and lies with stakeholders.
Absolutely right. So what it says is life and changes happen. So yes, as we were saying that imagine that we were same example we can care probably. We were a very popular brand, shampoo brand, but now our sales have declined. So what happened? That's why we had that survey. So we realized there is a competitor with a cheaper rate, the competitor with a better fragrance, competitor with a better advertisement strategy. So, there are changes happening in life or in business strategy, in consumer demand. So that's why we need business analysis. Second, project requires flexibility and adaptation to respond to change. So, see, we are working in a dynamic environment. We are learning Agile. So Agile is all got disconnected. Okay. So I was saying that projects are dynamic. There are changes happening, in requirement, in customer understanding, in everything. So in such a scenario, we would require business analysis to understand what those changes mean, what those requirements are saying, and what we have to work on. Okay. So next point is one has to analyze the impact due to the change. So whatever change is happening, what can be the impact of that change, that all understanding needs to be done. That's why we need to do business analysis. And the last point is that a BA analyzes the change impact and gather requirement and lies with stakeholders. So in short, all the change, all the change in requirements, their overall impact, what the customers or stakeholders are asking us to do. To get this all understanding, BA's role is important. And trust me, in my current role, I understand how critical data is and how critical it is to connect with the stakeholders with the help of right data and right understanding. Okay, so give you a one-liner to understand the change and understand the overall impact of the change. Okay, so this is the role of a business analyst, and this is why business analysis is important. Yeah, is that image visible to all of you? The circle one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Can
Yeah.
different people read out the circles mentioned? Like there are 6 one and the middle one is 7. So can 7 different people read it out, please?
Requirement, planning and management.
Requirement elicitation.
Requirement communication.
Enterprise analysis.
Requirement analysis and documentation.
Enterprise analysis.
Solution, evolution, and validation.
Okay. Gaurav, can you just continue? I need to make an urgent call. Give me give me 2 minutes. Hold. Yeah, I'll be just back.
So sorry, I have got a disconnection. So, where were we? Are we done with this image, guys? Yes, no?
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
Not
we
yet.
just talking.
We
Okay,
just read it.
so whole idea you need to understand about this is that you have understood so far why business analysis is needed. All right, and there is a cycle you can understand. It's all about its core responsibility starts with collecting or gathering requirement. Gathering what, everyone?
Requirements.
Requirements
And requirement of whom? From
Yeah,
where?
yeah,
from
Gaurav,
the
I'm back. I'm back.
stakeholder.
Thank you. Thank you. I can
Yes.
continue. Yeah.
Okay, Prerna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please
Thank you.
continue.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, apparently my net had some issues. So I was just checking about that on a call. Yeah. Okay. So requirement planning and management. So yes, we all know we're working for project and management. So there are like, frequent requirement coming in from customer, from stakeholder. So who and how does that requirements are gathered, they're planned and they're managed? So yes, it's business analyst who does that. Sorry, it's like business analysis is the main I would say functionality or function to understand this. Second is after gathering, planning and managing requirement elicitation, like understanding what the requirements say. It's fine that you got requirements, but what do you do with those requirements? What understanding you get from that requirement, it is very important. So requirement elicitation. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, I'm back, sorry. So after understanding requirement, the next step is requirement communication. See, always remember in an organization, it's very essential that you have to verify that as a BA or as a team member, what you have understood is correct. So it's like, there might be some requirement given by stakeholders or customers, and you make some understanding out of it, but that can be different from what the customer is expecting. Like, if they say that, okay, we want to have a button that showcases this all the what's the products, what they're trying to sell. But then what kind of button are they looking at? How they want to display that information, or do they want any further details, or what kind of pop-up they want, what kind of color theme they want. So first of all, the thumb rule is don't assume. You're not supposed to assume anything. So that's why to communicate, and requirement communication is essential, is extremely important. That whatever you as a analyst have understood about client requirements, ensure that it is correct. It is as per the customer's requisites. The next is solution evolution and validation. Okay, so now we got the requirement, we have managed that, we understood that, and we even confirmed that, okay, this is the right requirement, this is what the customer is asking. Now, what is the next point of that? How you give that sorry, how you give a solution to that requirement. Okay, now it can be any particular. We were saying that, okay, customer wanted a button on their website. Okay, so what kind of button are they looking at? Do they want extra detail? Do they want a tree hierarchy? Do they want some additional information to be put? So basically, whatever requirement we have, how we can provide solution to it, how we can understand what they're looking at, how to validate means how to provide what the customer is asking. So all that is done. So next point is requirement analysis and documentation, and enterprise analysis. So basically, we actually need to start from requirement analysis and documentation, because the first point in any requirement gathering is we understand the requirement, what the customer says, and there are frequent meetings with the customer. BAs have really a lot of meetings. Me when I was working as a project manager in a particular firm, see, our role as a manager, as development team, as testing team, is generally limited in conversation with customer. But as a BA, they are in constant communication with everyone, not only the customer, but with development team, with manager, with product owner, with scrum master, with other stakeholders. So yes, they have to understand the requirement and document it. Document means, we'll learn those documentation, business requirement document, different type of diagrams, entity diagram, process flow diagrams. So all these form of documentation really helps to understand what requirement customer is giving. And next is enterprise analysis. Enterprise analysis simply means what the requirement has. For that requirement, does your organization or does your solution has any standardized way to provide, your team or your organization has any standardized way to provide solution. So it's like, one for all kind of solution. Does it work for that? So we have to, think on it. There are many times that, one solution works for many, but is it utilizable for this? Is it going to work on this? So understanding. So if I have to emphasize on this overall business analyst role and business analysis, so the bottom line is understanding what your data is, documenting your data is, ensuring your understanding elicitation is perfect with what the customer or stakeholders are giving. And then after doing all these things, providing a solution and ensuring that solution is feasible and effective. See, this looks like a lot of work, which in a way it is, but then trust me, it is the core job of BA. And BAs are not alone in this. Okay, you will have your managers, you'll have your scrum master, you'll have your development team along with you. Even many a times, customers themselves are very cooperative, and they because they know as a BA, you're trying to facilitate their work, you're trying to understand their requirements. So, they are also very helpful. So, and then there are processes set, there are documentation pattern already available. So sometimes it's really a lot easier, and sometimes it definitely is a lot of work when there is a new domain or new customer or new requirement. But then bottom line is, this is the beauty of this role, okay? To understand data, to understand requirements. Because when the first and foremost thing is, when you understand requirements properly, everything goes smooth. You should know what you're doing, you should know what you're working on, and then the further things will fall into place. Okay, so any doubt into this? This is quite important, this is quite elaborate. I know I've taken enough time, but any doubt into this? If no, then we can go to next slide, please. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide. Yes. Now, this is something we all should know. What are the prerequisites for becoming a BA? It's quite simple and straightforward, if I have to call them. So, first is, yes, degree and domain knowledge. So, degree, in short, here, whatever you're learning, the course you're understanding, and the certificate that you will get, that will stand for degree. And domain knowledge is definitely required if you are working as a BA, because see, example, if you're working in a banking domain and if you're not having banking knowledge, it's really going to be a little tricky for you. It's my personal experience, so it's better you have some domain knowledge related to that particular domain when you're working. So and don't worry, it's never that difficult. We here at Guru Schools explain a lot of domain during the course of this as a part of this class. So you get a lot of variety and understanding of different domains. And even when you go to any organization, there are substantial documentation provided to understand what is happening, what is the working. So that is one. Second, analytical skills. So yes, I think as humans, we do have a lot of analytical skills to understand a situation, to understand a problem. But as a BA also, you need to focus on how to analyze data, how to understand data, how to make sense of that data. Third is, yes, Microsoft Excel. Now, Excel is worldwide, but for BA, it is very, very crucial. So, it's good if you have a better grip on Excel, how you know how to use particular rules, VLOOKUPs or datas and charts and stuff like that. It will be really helpful for you. We even take this in this session, so don't worry. You'll also understand how to use Excel properly, at least to get you started with. Next is negotiation skills. Now you may ask, why negotiation skills? But to be very honest, it's a very important skill, and I think all of us, in a way, are blessed with that skill thanks to our parents, thanks to our earlier genes. We would love to negotiate anywhere and everywhere. It can be a market, it can be any stores. We don't leave any leaf unturned for a better price or for better deal. So same way as a BA, their negotiation skills are important, because see, when you deal with customers and stubborn clients, and they're asking for some weird requirements, so as a BA, it's not it's really important for you to take a stand and negotiate, or at times even to say no if you feel, or if your knowledge permits you to take that decision then and there. Though it's not recommended to say no to customer, but then sometimes, if their requirements are out of the blue, you understand they're out of the scope or they are not feasible, then you can always upfront tell them that, you need to discuss with your team. You need to discuss about the feasibility, and then when if you think after the meeting with the internal team and product owner and scrum master, if that requirement is not feasible, it's not doable, it's something extravagant the customer is asking out of scope, then you should firmly say no. That is it. That is what is required. That is essential. Second is SQL nowadays. So nowadays, many times a BA is expected to use SQL stands for, by the way, structured query languages. language. So basically, it's a language or wherein you write simple queries, simple for at least for BAs, and to access data to a database and to get some data. But trust me, it's not a hard and fast. It's not mandatory for all. It's a good to have skill. It will add a feather in your cap if you know, it will give you an add-on edge. And we also give you some understanding. So please write it down. There is a website called W3 Schools. So W for W as an alphabet, 3 as a number. So www.w3schools.com. I'll also mention that in chat. Let me write that for you. www. W3. So even if you Google this, you will get. So this is a very good website. Give me a second. I'll just writing it for you. So this website will give you beginners understanding for many languages, including SQL, and you will really enjoy learning on this website. So my recommendation is to glance over it, just visit this website and check the SQL part at least, just for your knowledge. Okay, if you're not interested, if you're not techie, it's absolutely fine. But if you just want to explore, okay, what is SQL and how does it work, so definitely please go ahead. And last but not the least, communication skills. So yes, communication skills are a must. And when I say communication skill, that doesn't mean you have to use big jargons and be fluent in any particular language. It basically means whatever you're trying to speak, whatever you're writing, you're documenting, you're communicating, that should be clear, concise, and easy to understand. Trust me, that is communication. The good communication simply means whatever you are saying or you are doing, that the other person or other party should be able to understand and make sense out of it. Okay? So these are the prerequisites for BA, which I think except SQL and nowadays even Excel, everybody is aware or expert at. So except SQL and maybe domain or knowledge, all other skills are already there in most of the human beings, to be very honest. So yes, everybody who just puts in a little effort is a good candidate for a B. Okay, so don't worry. It's not something like you have to become a doctor or you have to do something super extra. If you get decently trained, you put in your efforts, you are there. You're almost there. Okay. So again, same thing that we learned earlier, need it is mentioned with respect to requirements, like need identification, elicitation, and collaboration, requirements communication, requirements modeling, and requirements management. Now earlier two we have just learned requirement communication, we explained. Requirement modeling can be, now I'm reading reading these things mentioned around business analyst. So modeling simply means to model that available data. It can be in the form of diagram. It can be in the form of charts. It can be in the form of pivot charts. It can be in the form of some trends. So whatever data a BA has, how they model it or how the customer would like to have a look at it, that can be mentioned. And last is requirement management. So how the received requirements which are with BAs, those are managed, means how they are communicated to development team, what are their development patterns look like, when they'll develop. So it's basically from start to an end, they have to manage the requirement. Okay. So to become a BA, to become an analyst, the only thing that matters is you have to understand data well, and you have to have that keen interest in understanding, resolving, providing, managing the data. Okay. I know this might be a lot for as of now, but when you will work and when you go on board, trust me, it will be a lot smoother and easier because you have a reference, you know what is the context, you know what is the project, you know what is happening. So you have a better background. So right now it is just an understanding of the role, but when you go in real life scenario, you have a lot of people, system, and overall, better understanding of the role, if I have to call it that. Okay. So yes, any doubts in the prerequisite details? Yes. Anybody? Yes, no, both are welcome. Yeah. I mean, are you guys there? I mean, are you guys awake?
Yeah, no doubt.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
Prerna,
okay,
for
Valu.
motivating us such a way. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Actually, don't get startled or taken aback by these big words. It's just we are trying to give you the best of understanding. But in real life, trust me, everybody is kind of has their own small battles to fight. Everybody's struggling. So people actually work in harmony, and they help each other out. So don't worry. It all looks a lot bigger when we are learning, because it's new to you, but when you work, it's really becomes a piece of cake after some time. Trust me on that. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
Gaurav, can we go
much.
to next slide? Most welcome. Yeah. Can we go to next slide, please? Yeah. Okay. So let's continue the roles and the responsibilities of BA. So can two different people read it out, please? There are two sentences. One is a bigger one, the second one is smaller. Yeah.
Business analysts work across all levels of an organization and may be involved in everything from defining strategy to creating the enterprise architecture to taking a leadership role by defining the goals and requirements for programs and projects or supporting continuous improvement in its technology and processes.
Yeah. Thank you. Next point, please.
Business
Business
analysis. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, business analysis help businesses do business better.
Yeah, thank you. So now the second line actually is the crux of the entire topic. I would say that BAs help businesses to do business better. Simple as that. They help you with data, they help you with all our working. So they ensure that you do whatever you're doing better, in a better manner. Yeah. So apart from that, the first thing that we just learned all the things in the earlier slides, that that business analysts work in all levels of organization. So it's not only you work with customer or you work with the one particular team. No, you can work with senior management, you can work with junior developer, you can work with product owner. So you basically work with almost everybody in the organization, all levels. And then you are involved in everything, like from defining strategy, like earlier examples that we taken of shampoos or cereals. So in that, it's not only gathering of data and understanding data, it's like what you do after that. Okay, so now we understood the problem, we understood what is the customers want, now work on it. So even that defining strategy part also BA are involved. They are getting asked, what do you think we should do, or what is your understanding says, so things like that. And creating enterprise architecture means to create bigger solution, not only for a particular project or one or two requirements, but on organization level, they can help in creating solutions. And taking leadership role by defining the goals and requirements for programs. And also, see, it's not that you will be a BA and you'll be a BA for entire life. So you grow, right? So when you keep understanding the business and the situation, you get better hang of this overall market, overall work culture, overall customer trends. And then as you grow, you also move on to leadership role, and then you prepare big programs and bigger I would say solutions to capture market, to capture more customers. So you grow from that role. That is what it is just trying to explain. And overall, with this work, you with the continuous improvement with the technology and processes. So you also recommend not only for the information, but like for example, in our scenario, when we are working as in my current role, we're working so heavily with data, and all that data earlier used to be a lot manual. So we only proposed a solution that we would require a tool or a framework wherein a data can be processed. So now we are implementing that kind of. So with the help of technology team, we are helping. We are implementing that particular tool. So same way, when you get a grasp or understanding of your data, you work on it, and you ensure that all the technology processes, all should be implemented to help you to deal with data. Okay. So right now, just understand that as a BA helps businesses to do business better, to earn more profit, to get more clients, and to do overall better. Yeah. Yes. Everybody with me on this? People who are sleeping yet?
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes.
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 Not sleep.
Okay. Yeah. Gaurav, we can go to next slide, please.
Yeah, Prerna, I think I'll have to stop screen share and reshare it. So just allow me some time
Okay.
to do so. Yeah. So guys, in case any questions so far, you can feel free to ask any kind of question. So before I continue to share my screen, the question I wanted to ask, if anyone here for the first time, I know that I had started this question during the start of the session today. So in between, if anyone has woken up and joined in between, it is your day one or attending for the first time, you can unmute and say yes, and any one of you are there. Oh, is there? Okay.
Yes.
So meanwhile, could you please introduce yourself as in from where you are connecting, your mm, uh, educational background as well as any work experience at all if you have, whether be it in IT or non-IT. Yeah. Could you share?
So currently I'm
Yeah.
in India. I'm working for one of the telecom tower companies only in India. And then my
Your voice
financial
is
business
not really well audible. Can you repeat and take a mic bit closer?
Okay. Now I'm audible.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so what I'm saying that I'm currently in India, working in one of the largest tower company, telecom tower company.
Okay.
And financial business analyst.
Okay, somehow I have struggle in listening. I may hear some background honking and all as well. So yeah, so not a problem. So yeah, you can introduce yourself later as well. Not a problem. We'll again talk to you tomorrow. But yeah, you can refer to the few recording. I want you to go through recording number 1 that is mentioned in the WhatsApp group description. Kindly go through that. Okay. Yeah. So with this note,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you. Now your voice is quite bit audible. Can you reattempt to introduce yourself?
Okay. Now it's audible properly.
Yeah. Much better. Much better. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I'm saying that currently I'm in India. I'm
Mm-hmm.
working as a financial business analyst for one of the largest telecom tower companies in
Mm-hmm.
India.
Okay. And your educational background?
Uh, I'm not from the IT background. I have done my BCom and then MBA.
Okay, Amit. And why you are attending it through Guru School, may I know?
I'm looking for the opportunity and moving towards the technical skill.
Okay. And soon you will be moving to USA also because you are connecting from India. That's the
Yes,
reason.
my wife is in US.
Okay.
That is the plan that I will go.
Got it. Thank you so much, Amit, for sharing that. Welcome to Guru Schools and welcome to this Be Agile Scrum track. So, yeah, you can refer to that. So, with this note, Prerna, I think we can continue next time. We have touched the time. So, we can wrap up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, so because Amit, I was talking to you and I heard your voice last. So, you can still unmute yourself and talk to me. How did you find today's session? I know you are coming from IT background now. So still whether you were able to relate, connect and understand?
Yes, I can.
You were. Okay. Thank you. So thank you guys. So now this is the time to go back to WhatsApp group WhatsApp group and just drop your one word or two words or a statement. What do you feel like saying? How was today's session for you? Were you able to relate, connect, understand? And was it good for you to visualize and connect that how you would be performing once you get placed? If yes, please drop accordingly, and I will be personally taking everyone's attendance as well as reviewing your comments in the WhatsApp. Thank you so much for connecting. Recording will be shared with you all very, very soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Good night. We'll talk to you again. Thank you all.
Good night, guys. Good night. Take care. Bye.